Okay. Okay, I know, Laffy, I know. Hi, baby. Are you ready for... We don't have any bacon, but we have a green bell pepper in here. Hi. Hi, little one. Hello, Sir Jericho. Hello, buddy. Miss Laffy. Jericho, you might want to back up, bud. She's like, what are you doing? Hello, Laffy, baby. Hi, little girl. Okay, let's share it to Marissa. Oh, she came on just in time. Marissa! Hi, Marissa. We have a bell pepper in here. We're going to see how it goes. She's been awake for an hour already. I am so... I'm like, oh my goodness, Laffy. You've been awake for an hour. I can't believe it. You're like awake. Okay. There you go, Laffy. What do you think? Oh, there's that bell pepper. Rawr. Here, let me turn this light on maybe though. Well, it helps a little bit, but not much. Well, maybe a little bit. See if it... She's like, oh yes, I've been craving one of these here bell peppers. She likes the green ones for some reason. She prefers the green ones. You missed your panda bear. Oh. Hi, Lucille. And poor impatient waiting boy that's already had some snacks. Oh, I'm sorry, Renee. Hello, Angelica. Thank you for the heart me. Thank you for the snowflake keychains. Yay! Thank you for the snowflake keychains. Woohoo! 50% of it go. Oh, wow. Laffy, you're... She's like, yes, this is so good. Hi, a little bit. It's so funny because the place I got the peppers today, the bell peppers, they were all the same price for all the colors, but she prefers the green ones. I was having problems and was scared because under my trailer. Oh, okay. I understand. He's okay, I'm not sure what that says. Let me see here. Translate. What a beauty. You do not... Be careful. Do not take it away, please. Yes, I know. She cannot be released, so don't worry. She's non-releasable. I think I do remember you, Renee. I remember you talking about under your trailer home and stuff, and I mean, I do definitely talk to a lot of people, but I think, weren't you asking me like questions and stuff about it? Like, I was trying to tell you that they wouldn't, or he or she wouldn't like eat wires and everything up underneath there. Here's if you look like yummy wood mushroom. Interesting. Hi, Emily. They feel like rose petals. They're very thin, and they are susceptible to cold weather, especially in the upper region of the United States or wherever it gets super cold, because their tail and their ears and their little tootsies are exposed. She's like... so they're susceptible to frostbite. Hi, little girl. Hey, Globetrotter, thank you for the dolphin. To come, oh yeah, to come get it. I was asking for Minnesota. Okay. Okay. Okay, I guess she's done with the bell pepper. She's like, I'm done. You gonna go to your bed now? Last night she was a little chilly, so she was zooming around, and it was the middle of the night. That's correct. They are very highly resistant, just a second, bud, highly resistant to rabies, distemper, parvo, and feline leukemia. Her paws are really soft. They feel like baby feet because they're like super soft. And I appreciate... Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're totally welcome, Renee. That's what we want to be here for. We want to help people, especially when it comes to wild animals. Well, there she goes with her little, their ankles. Wait, Jericho, hold on. Their little ankles twist backwards, so you can see. Lavender, what are you doing, you silly girl? Oh, yeah, they do hurt when they're sharp. The back ones are sharper than the front ones right now, because I did trim the front ones, but not, well, 9 of the front ones. It has like little bits of hair, but they're not supposed to have. Oh, thank you. Oh, wait. If I marry your son, get him out of here. Well, I'm already married, but thank you. Wow, so cool. Never knew this about their ankles and that they were rabies resistant. Yes. Hi, kitty cat crazy. Okay, so Lavender had a little bits of hers, and we're going to turn to Jericho now for his chaotic sessions. All right. So can we have a song? Sir, can we have a song? Did you tell it? You know what? You need to tell everybody how you escaped today, and I had to get in the truck to go pick you up. You want to tell everybody, and then you raced around the truck. You're like, hey, Mom, what you doing? And then he ran around the truck like 3 times. Okay, sit down. Thank you, Teresa, for the heart me. Thank you, Teresa, for the heart me. I have to repeat myself because Mr. Jericho, sir. Okay, you ready for singing? Can we sing a little? No. Let's sing a lower song. Oh my goodness. Hello, sir. Oh my goodness. Okay, easy. That is, well, thankfully my hand was not there. Hello, Amanda. No. You little turkey. You're turning into a corgi. You little brat. Thank you for the roses, swag motive. He stole the bell pepper. He's like yoinked it right out of there. Well, he has one eye that's a little bit like a walleye, but he doesn't really have like eye issues. Don't talk about Waffles and Lila like that. Oh, well, Marissa straight up talks about Waffles and Lila like that, so. I get a daily report. Nope, he's not vegan. I wouldn't do that to a dog, but yeah, he loves vegetables though. He does love his veggies. Look at Jericho, sir. Okay, man, so guys, it looks like we're gonna be moving. We have no idea where yet, but we have to sign a non-disclosure agreement, and which I am not happy about, because then I can't come back on, well, I'll tell you more in a minute. But anyway, yeah, we are moving. And okay, sing a song. What kind of song? What kind of song is it? Sir, what kind of song is that? What kind of song is that? What song? Oh, okay. You're... Okay, maybe if I hide the bowl, he'll sing more of a song. Can you sing a song, Jericho? Will you sing a song with me? Sing a song, Jericho. Sing a song with me. The turkey, yes, I got that like from my grandma and my dad. Okay, sir, thank you. Okay, can you sit down? Yeah, that's a good boy. Good boy. Okay, what shall we give you first? This one? You want another asparagus? You want another asparagus? I feel like I'm feeding a shark. I am feeding a shark. Thank you, Jay, for the snowflake keychain. Okay, we have one more asparagus. You ready? Can we sing for it? You cannot steal it, sir. No. There, see, that's the singing I love. No, see, you went back to the high-pitched one. Oh, my goodness, Jericho. Can we bring it down? That's better. Oh, Jericho. Okay. Easy. Easy. Thank you. I know. One day I said it like that. Now I can't stop saying it like that. The night howlers have begun. Jericho, you ready? Bippity. Sit. Bippity. Boppity. Boo. That was my hand. Oh, yeah, I will. I'll continue to tell you about my mandatory move because I have not signed an NDA yet. So, okay, we've got some broccoli. Sit. Oh, sir. Sir. What's behind the door? Broccoli. Ow! Sir! It is not worth me losing a finger. We were going to go back to court, but I'll go over it more. Ow, my finger is numb now. Here. Ouch. Oh my goodness. He actually he gave me an instant bruise or something. Sir, look what you did to my finger. Does it still bend? Back up. Sir, back. I'm afraid. Okay, you know what? Here. Oh my goodness. It's like I'm starved. I don't get food ever. I done ate all my 8 cups today and now I gotta have all my veggies. Oh, you're so funny, bud. Oh my goodness. My finger is really hurting right now. Yeah, the thing is that he has had plenty of food today, but they have an endless gullet. All right, we'll go back to looking at Miss Cute Labby here, and I will continue to tell this story. Well, so because it's kind of a long story of why we're moving, but yeah, I know it's the endorphins are kicking in now, thankfully. Okay. So we've lived in this place, this RV park, for 10 years. And when I was first going through cancer and diagnosis and everything, like all of that stuff. Oh, hey, Teresa. When I first diagnosed with cancer in June, and then so I couldn't work or bring in any finances or anything like that. And this particular park had done a lot of things to cause me a lot of anxiety. He would like talk to me, talk down to me. He was very misogynistic. He would talk to men fine, but then when he would always get me alone and cause me to be like really upset and shaking. He ran my blood pressure up, and this is the guy that runs the park. So then anyway, okay, let me think. Hang on. My stomach's just trying to settle in here. So then when Kirk and I went to speak to him, when we got in some financial issues because of me not being able to work right after, a few months after I got cancer and had surgery and stuff. And we asked for help, like, hey, because he's helped us in the past, worked with us. And then he just, in the middle of the park, in the middle of the road, we're like, hey, we wanted to talk to you because, we've got an issue here and we need to talk to you. And then he's like, okay, well, let's talk. We're right in the middle of the road and there's no privacy, whatever. And I'm like, okay. So we just started talking to him, and then he threw up his hand. He's like, well, I'm not going to become a Section 8 park. I'm like, we're not asking you to do that. We didn't say anything about Section 8, so hi, Sherry. So then he was complaining about it and everything like that. And then okay. So we had no idea what to do. It's a crisis right now with housing. It is this is the only place that we could actually afford to live. Hey, Diamond. Since we moved here, because everything here is and it's way higher now, even though where we are, because when we first moved here, it was $800, and now newcomers are in the $1,400, $1,500, $1,600 range now. So, but this park, also being next to an airport, the doctors think that that's where I got my cancer from, is environmental. So in a way, I know the universe is pushing us out. So I'm looking at it that way, and that's a good thing. But they served us papers to evict us because we couldn't pay, but that it wasn't the whole reason of like just finances, but it got so behind. First, we couldn't catch up. Andy wasn't willing to work with us. And then they served us the papers, and what else was there? Oh, and I had a whole bunch of like stuff about this park because they run a lot of things illegally. Like there's reason that we could legally not have to pay rent here because they were not in compliance with, and they haven't been, like since they took it over. They've never pulled I think they pulled 3 permits in the entire like so many years that they've had this park. And so they had issues serving us papers, and they put things that they put down when they went to serve the papers, and it was during a time when our AC was broken. You guys remember all of that. Well, they claimed that they knocked on the door and they saw that the trailer was moving, but nobody came to the door. And then the next time they did, but no one was home. And I'm like, that was the time when our AC was broken and our screen door was open the entire time and the dog was inside. But there was no mention of a dog barking, of a dog inside, nothing. No mention of the door being open. So I know those were all fabricated. And then, so they went back to the court and they got it authorized to post it. So then they posted it on our post. Well, we happened to be outside when he was posting it. So, thank you for the rose, Byron. And hello. And so they posted it, and then it's just been a back and forth between, because we got a lawyer. She is a horrible lawyer, guys. Horrible lawyer. We finally get to the court because the judge was like, okay, you know what? We're going to pull you guys in because we need to kind of have a back and forth, like in the court. I'll work as your mediator. So we all had to sign an agreement at the court, by the court. It was not by the other party. And so we're like, okay, so we signed the paper, and the judge was like, there's just so much back and forth. I really feel like we can maybe come to an agreement face to face. And so in the hallway, we go out for our little mediation session, back and forth or whatever. The lawyer, she said barely any words that made any sense to she did not know our case. The person that put the case together knew our case, but is that on? That's on that's on the video. I'm like, wait, what's that? Hello, Nikki. So I am going through fast forwarding through all of this. Mind you, the guy that's here at the park, the one that's quote unquote the landlord, he is not the one that came to the court. Also, they're operating under a t-shirt trademark. The name of the park, I'm not going to give it because I'm going to post this to YouTube, so I can't say the name of the park. Plus, it kind of gives my location away. But anyway, the name of the park is trademarked as a t-shirt because there's a name in the name of the RV park that is not allowed to be owned by anyone else. It is owned by the Chamber of Commerce. So they were not able to get the RV park, I guess, as a trademark name. So they trademarked it as a t-shirt. And then they have this quote unquote t-shirt for sale on their website, and they're always sold out because they don't actually have merchandise. So everyone in here is paying to a t-shirt. That's who they're paying their rent to. And the name is on the lease and everything like that. But the actual owner, which is some sort of LLC, which is supposed to be like mandatory on there, like you have no idea who you're paying. You think you're paying the name of the park, but they're not the ones the park is not who owns it. It's an LLC, and it's required to be listed in the contract, so you know who you're paying. So when these papers come out, even though I already knew the name because I had been researching, but I'm like, for all I know, I don't know who this is, and it's all in the family. They're all shady as F. They, the landlord's like, oh, I don't care what happens with this case, and I'm like, yeah, he doesn't care what happens with the case because he can just kind of like, what is it, like push off blame, you know, to other people. Hey, thank you for all the follows, everybody. And I am venting a little bit right now because I may not be able to do that very soon. Once I sign that NDA, I can't say anything. So, but the lawyer said that I'm allowed to say something, you know, now, because it's facts and or my opinion. So I'm allowed to say stuff. Hey, thank you for the donut, Teresa. Yeah, they're very crooked. They also have a nonprofit here that they just started. And I'm like, how in the world are these people getting away with this? I have found so much dirt on these people. They don't get permits. None of the stuff here is permitted. The electric, the water, the sewer, it's all like, it's in so much disrepair that, and he's not repairing anything. He makes everything pretty. I'm like, well, that's very appreciated. But if everything else doesn't work, then what's the point? And so I'm like, I understand, like, if you don't pay your rent, okay, obviously you should leave, you know, but all of the things that he's done to us over the years, I just kind of kept my head down. I didn't do anything about it. Do you live there or are you visiting? No, I have lived here. I've lived here for 10 years. And, I mean, I love the community, not the person that runs it, but I love the community, the people. We've made some really like lifelong friends here. And I love where it's located, except that it's next to an airport. There is also nothing on the lease talking about lead exposure or the airport, like all of the noise coming from the airport, the noise pollution. And that's required to be on the lease, and it's not. So technically, yes, we could fight in court and everything like that, but in order to get some sort of monetary, you know, what would you call it? Like, what is it called? Like a settlement to do with all of this that's going on, we would have to settle, like vacate the area or vacate this place, and then we would go back and do a civil suit. But what they're doing is in order for us to have the time, compensation, thank you. In order for us to have the time, which we are not prepared, like if they're ready to go to court in like a week or two. And so we'd have to pay the lawyer more, this very bad lawyer, and we would have to go to court in a week or two. I would have to put this whole case together myself, which I've already dug up all the stuff. So I just don't have the lingo down of all of the, thank you so much. Thank you, Farrell. Fawning. So I just don't have like all of the knowledge of a lawyer, obviously, but it seems like I would do better than the lawyer was doing, because I kept bumping. I'm like, hey, can I say something to the judge? And then so she would get his, oh yeah, of course. The judge was amazing. He was super friendly, smiley, nice, really nice person. And the other people were just awful. So anyway, we go out into the mediation part outside of the court. They take some other cases in while we're figuring that part out. And so we go back and forth on the time, and they're like hard on the oh yeah, I thought we did too, Diamond. I thought we did too. So they came back with 60 days, and then we get out, and then everything's washed away, no eviction, whatever. And I was like, no, we need like 6 months. Like, we're both, like, I have cancer, my husband has ALS, and we need that time to find another place that we can afford, and also move everything that we have. Just so that we're not rushed, because we can't work as well as we used to. I have a lot of friends that will come and help too, but so anyway, so they're like, no, 60 days, that's it. And I'm like, all right, well then at least like 4 months. So we come back, no, 60 days. And then I was like, hey, Onyx. And then I was like, okay, well, I then said 90 days. So then they came back and said March 1st. And then we get into the courtroom because we still hadn't reached an agreement. And get this. So we're walking in, getting ready to go back into the court. The lawyer is standing there right next to us. He walks past and says, big mistake, big mistake. And then they go into the courtroom. And then the lawyer, of course, she didn't hear them or hear him. And I'm like, how did you not hear him? He was like right there and walked right past you. Oh, thank you, Jenna, for the snowflake keychain. And so we get into the court, And then he tells the judge, the same lawyer that said big mistake, basically because we were declined the offer. And then he was like, yeah, she's fine. And then he says, oh, well, we had an agreement and then they backed out last minute. I'm like, no. And then, so then the judge called him out on it. But, they were saying that they were going to do 75 days. I'm like, we need at least 90 days, at least the 90 days. I'm like, with our health and all of these things, like, at least and so the judge is like, oh, come on. He's like, I can't make you do anything, but like, that's just an extra, 10 days, I think, in all. It was an extra 10 days. And he's like, you guys can do that. I was like, okay, we'll agree to the 90 days, but they have to sign an NDA. And I'm like, well, what is this NDA thing? Like that, because that was launched on us, after the fact. So the lawyer then has to take us outside to explain this whole NDA thing of what they want us to sign. I'm very familiar with NDAs because I do work in film, but this is a particular NDA. I'm like, okay, well, what am I signing away here? And basically, I'm signing all rights away about anything against this park. And I'm like, if it's, because like they're suing us only for the habitability and like because of the rat thing, because like, we have issues with that. So we're like, okay, well, we should be compensated some reason, like the damage that's been done. Okay, anyway, I'm getting off tangents, but so this is all happening here, and they're like, well, I kind of lost my train of thought. So we get told about the NDA and that it was going to just kind of waive all of our rights with this park. And I'm like, well, I would sign an NDA that's waiving the rights of the very thing that we're fighting for here, which is the habitability situation. But they're like, no, it has to be everything. Like, hold them not liable for anything. But then they're like, okay, well then, that's when they're like, all right, well then we're moving right into court then. Because I'm like, well, I can't sign that type of NDA. And I wanted to make sure that the judge knew that that's what they're asking for. And then even the judge didn't know that they were asking for all of the things. And he's like, well, what else is there? And I'm like, well, there are things. And he's like, okay. He's like, all right, well, so we started like literally moving into like right then we were going to move into court stuff. And oh my gosh. So if they had won, if they had won the case and they're going to court like in a week or two, like within the next week or two, they were already ready to go, which means I would be hard pressed to get this together. And, ultimately, as much as I don't want to sign that NDA, I am going to, however, be, allowing other people to have all of the information I have currently before I do sign that thing. Because there are a lot of other people in here that, that just in case they need it, because the stress that it was going to put on us to find a place, because we would have to leave immediately. Like after the court, if they won, we would have to leave like right away. The sheriff would be at our door, and so we slept on it overnight. And I'm like, you know what? We need to get away from here. We need to get away from this energy, and the universe is pushing us away, and we need to listen to that. And I said, at least having 90 days will give us the time and a hard date that we know we have to be out, and it will allow the universe to provide on the other side, and already there are things in the works, and I'm not going to say anything about it because I really don't want to jinx it, so I'm just gonna, I agree. It is very terrible. Oh, thank you, Teresa. Thank you for the snowflake keychains. I leave it up there and I still can't say it right. But anyway, so that's kind of the short story. And, I'm taking today I had a great day. You know why? Because I know that things are going to be just fine. We are survivors. We are like I have grown up in really rough conditions, living conditions and stuff like that. So I am not afraid of living in the desert if I have to. We have a generator. We can do, we can do the things that we need to do. We do have to stay kind of close in because of our treatments and stuff. I found another RV park not that far to do. We do have to stay kind of close in because of our treatments and stuff. I found another RV park not that far away. I found one not so far away that it's expensive for us, but in the meantime, until some other things work out, if we absolutely have to, we know that we can, we know that we'll be fine. Because if we have to put everything in storage and move our trailer to storage, and Onyx said, "Hi, Kirk," no matter what, I know, Diamond. But I actually have projects and stuff here that I can actually make money on. And then also Kirk and I were both denied at least one part of our Social Security on Monday. So, and so we're going to work on that and just, a lot of things. I'm like, I don't know how I'm holding it together, honestly, but I'm just taking it one day at a time, and, like when you have that, like, I just could not say yes yesterday. Like Kirk and I both had that stomach feeling, there's like, no, we cannot say yes right now. And we still have not received the papers for that NDA yet, but I called the, I know you do, Diamond. I know. I called this morning to tell the lawyer, hey, we had a change of heart. We slept on it and we decided, because I honestly do not want to give her more money, her being such a bad lawyer, and also still lose and then not have the money to move. So we're going to put that money away, put it toward moving. Thank you, Marissa. I know you are. And did you fall asleep already? Yep. Okay. Kirk fell asleep. All of a sudden I started hearing, I'm like, are you trying to say something or are you snoring? Thank you, Lucille. And please, I'm saying this because I'm just trying to share with you what's happening and what went on. A lot of you didn't know, and a lot of you were just kind of wondering what was actually happening, and I didn't really talk about it too terribly much. So I just wanted to be able to share the story before I can't really share it anymore, in depth and stuff. But I don't see how they can stop me from saying about us living in an RV park as long as I don't say the name of the RV park. I don't know. I'll have to definitely read. Oh, thank you, Teresa. Thank you for the manifesting. That is absolutely what we are doing. I am manifesting something big. And if the thing that we are working on currently is going to work out, it will be absolutely that. It will be such a manifestation. And we're super excited about the possibility, but staying even, not getting too excited, just kind of like still taking one day at a time. And, if I'm going to continue to be that beacon of light for other people and, going through things and stuff and still staying positive, I've got to walk that walk. And that's what I'm doing. I genuinely know that we will be taken care of. Okay. Thank you, Diamond. Yes, manifest, exactly. Yeah. And I just, in my mind, I'm visualizing exactly what it is that we need. And, yeah, so that, because there actually is land that I found here. But you cannot live on the land without permits and stuff. Permit. Okay, no problem. But you have to have a permit for this. And you have to have a permit for even planting trees. And you have to have a permit for this and that. And I'm like, oh my goodness. It's the particular county. Apparently it is worse than other counties and stuff. But anyway, so that's pretty much the gist of what's going on here. And I am ready for the next adventure. We're getting excited about planning for it because now, okay, as long as they don't renege on that deal, if they don't take it away. But I can't imagine that they would. I can't imagine that because they really wanted us to agree to it. So, okay, good night, Marissa. thanks for helping moderate this evening. Although we haven't really had too much going on tonight, at least. Last night was crazy, but anyway, yeah. So we're very excited about making the plan and what's the next step. We don't know all the answers yet. Well, we actually have very few answers, but we do know the date that we have to be out is Kirk's birthday, March 11th. So we have until that time to get a place sorted out, and things moved and, sorted and boxed up and everything, which I'm going to do a lot of that well before that time and everything too. But good night, Marissa. Good night to Waffles and Lila and Cody. And yeah, so, and I have a lot of friends here that I'm making them aware of what's going on. So they're like, I'm like, okay, we may need your help. Well, we will need your help. So, yeah, but I'm actually looking forward to this next adventure. And funny enough, this is the longest that Kirk and I have, not only together, but me individually. No, that's not true. When I was a kid, I stayed in the house until I was 17 with my parents. And then we moved out when I was just about to turn 18. But okay, in my adult life, this is the longest that I've ever stayed in one place. 10 years and the same address. And then since Kirk and I have been together, this is the longest we've stayed in one spot. So, that's pretty crazy. Like, and by the way, there actually is no option. They are not going to let us, even if we came up with every single dime to pay them everything they think is owed to them, they would not let us stay. So I'm like, okay, that is the universe's answer right there. I know, she's such a cute baby. Yeah, it is traumatizing, but what he has done to me as a woman, like, there was never any advances or anything, because that would be the grossest thing ever. Although he's apparently done that to other women in the park. They're just like sleazy car salesmen. That's how I think of it. And, so I'm looking forward to this next adventure. I'm looking forward to the changes that'll be made. And I just have a feeling that no matter what, things are going to end up being better. We just have to let go of what is right now. And I mean, what does everyone else in the community think about it? Well, they think it's really crappy. Oh yeah, they just want us out because they can put someone in our spot and get an extra $400 to $600 per month, on top of what we were paying previously. So yeah, it's all about money, and he's always been that way. But I know that he's so when there's a few people I still need to tell about what's going on, but they also know that there's shady stuff going on with the electricity not being permitted. They plug in lights to all these different posts, and the individuals are paying for the electric. So, not to my knowledge, but, okay, no, I do not want, who are you? No. Yeah, not to my knowledge. I mean, and if he does, I'm still under, Mary's licensing. But I had thought about that, Amanda, actually. I'd be like, I have a kitty. So, and anyway, I don't even want to put that energy out there. So, because I would always hide her, like whenever I was outside or whatever, I would just, turn around. Yes, exactly. Meow, meow. I'll put the meow meows on the YouTube or something and play meow meows. But, last night, something cute to tell you guys. But, last night, it was pretty chilly here. And I got up to go to the restroom. And so I went in there. Well, I don't know. Actually, my friend Antonella, her cat is way bigger than Lavender. You'll give it, okay. So, last night when I got up in the middle of the night, it was dark. So I go to the restroom, turn the light on. And then all of a sudden, just practically as soon as I sit down, and here, zoom, here she comes. Hello, Colleen. She comes zooming in as fast as you can imagine, like a little zip car. She's like, vroom. It just reminded me of like a little armadillo. You could barely even see her body, but she's like, vroom, right in there. And then she was like, go zoom in. And I'm like, oh, I love that this is Lavender. She's a non-releasable opossum. She was like, go zoom in. And I'm like, oh, I love that this is Lavender. She's a non-releasable opossum. I love that because that makes me think that, that she's going to live long, good long life. And then so then I grabbed her up and brought her into bed, stuck her under the covers with me, and she passed out because she was able to get warm. I just heard, and then this morning I woke up, I went over to get my little morning kisses from her from under the bed, but she wasn't there. She was in her hut. She was still up here. She was staying warm. You're such a cute baby. I love you so much. Yes, I do. I love my little girl. Yes. Fat cat. Exactly. I have bad eyesight. She's a kitty cat. Hi, Erin. All right, guys. Well, we have reached the end of the live now. She is Terry. I agree. She's so cute. But I definitely, again, I wanted to share that story with you guys so that you know what's happening. And there may be times, I don't know. I mean, this is kind of like a downtime for me, the zentok and stuff. So I'm going to still do it as much as I can, of course, in the future. But, it's okay, Lucille. It's like, I'm not going to let myself feel down for this horrible, shady person, because eventually they are going to get what's coming to them. And I'm just not going to let them get to me. I'm going to get away from their bad energy, and I'm going to move on to the bigger and better things that I'm meant to do. And I just want to make sure that I keep feeling it that way, Got too many nogs? you had eggnogs? Did you had adult beverages eggnog, kind of eggnog? I love eggnog, but I don't like alcohol in it. I like the true eggnog. Well, thank you, Lucille. I mean, I am not going to say that I was like, oh, okay, what do we do now? You like think. And then I'm really glad that we slept on it and woke up and like, okay, this is what we need to do. This is the way we need to go, because we need the time, and making the best decision. You choose. Making the best decision for us for right now. And it's, and letting it go. Yeah, it's going to be hard, but again, it's like just letting go of the nonsense and letting all of the good come to us, the manifestation and things like that. We've got enough on our plate. We don't need this too. So we didn't really need to want to move either, but you know what? It's okay. It's time, apparently. Wouldn't it be interesting if all the things start to go away after we move out of here? All of the health things, and that they all got better. Wouldn't that be interesting? Okay, thank you, Amanda. Enjoy your evening. Thanks for being in here to help moderate tonight. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to go ahead and head on to bed for the night. I have learned now that I need 3 of my little melatonin gummies. That knocks me out really good. So, yeah. Good night, Onyx. I hope you had a good night last night with your homework and everything you had to do. Good night, Emily. Good night, silly Aaron. Good night, Aaron. And good night, Teresa. And thank you so much for all the likes, the comments, conversation, all the new friends. Thank you so much for all of the gifts and everything. You guys mean the world to us. And you used to fight my melatonin off. Okay. I I used to not like taking things that would make my mind calm down too much, because I like to be able to think and like to be able to, you know, and even chamomile was really rough for me. But now I'm good. Now I'm doing good with it. Good night, Lucille. Thanks for listening, guys. And I hope you all have a wonderful evening, afternoon, morning, wherever you are in the world. Be sure to follow us if you want to catch our lives in the future. We go live every night. Unless I cannot go live, then I will post something on my stories that I'm not going live that night. But 10 p.m. Pacific time is our normal time. So thank you all for having us this night. Well, English apparently is not my first language. Thank you all for joining us this evening, and we'll see you tomorrow night. Until next time, be well. There's half a heart and the other half heart. Bye, everybody.